Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. And with the War Within Prepatch finally launching the events, then I thought it would be relevant to kind of go through some of what we can expect coming out. Now you can go and read up on all of this on the War Within, on Wowhead, on the War Within, anyways. However, I do know some of you guys prefer somebody to just break it down, so I thought I'd just make a quick video on what to expect. So very first thing is they have finally fixed the Warband bank. Now this one has, if you don't already know, your Warband will have access to the Warband bank. From what I understand, I've not actually been able to test this, but from what I understand, the 4 characters in your Warband are the only ones that can access this bank. So that's the only thing that is tied to your Warband, and this allows you to trade gear between your characters that may be soulbound, and you can, so now you're not going to have soulbound, you're now going to have warbound, so you're able to trade items between characters, hopefully enabling you to gear up your characters a bit more. The one downside that I can see to this is, especially when you play pugs, is people stealing gear, and I don't think I've seen anybody actually say or look into this. Whether or not, if you did like a Mythic Plus and you were playing like a Druid, for example, and a piece of mail dropped, whether or not you could need it, win it, or somebody could trade it to you, and then you put it in your Warband bank, and then you can pretty much just overgear your ult. That would be quite a nice thing if they do that. However, that is something that we'll have to test when it comes out and when it's live and we're actually doing Mythic Plus keys. But yeah, Blizzard has now finally posted to say that they have fixed the Warband bank, or Warbank if you like. So yeah, that's a kind of a cool little feature. Now, before we get into the pre-patch, the one thing that I don't think any of us expected, or expected but didn't really do very much, is the Harbinger questline. Now, when you log into any of the characters, you'll notice that you get a little quest and it gives you a Hearthstone to go to Dalaran. This questline takes about half an hour maximum, to be fair, maybe a little bit more if people are doing it. But you do have to do this questline to be able to do the pre-patch questline. Now we'll cover the pre-patch questline in a little bit, but just to let you all know, if you haven't already done it and you're rolling a new main, make sure you go and do that quest. Otherwise you cannot do the pre-patch questline, and it is worth doing. So just to make you guys aware. So what are we actually going to get with the pre-patch events? So there are going to be a series of meta events, if you like. These meta events are going to drop gear of 480 item level, and it can go up to eye level 502. This is just going to be basic veteran gear. Now, the good thing that we have got confirmed here is that this 502 gear, if you do manage to upgrade it fully, will take you all the way up to level 75 in quests. So within the War Within when you're leveling, so it is worth doing on a potential ult that you're going to level, because it's going to help you speed the first few levels with being a little bit more over geared, which is quite nice. We're also going to get a feat of strength achievement just by completing all the 3 meta achievements, a bunch of battle pets, a couple of mounts which we're going to look at in a second. You're also going to get a 32 slot bag and a 30 slot regent bag, which are both warbound, bound, which is going to be quite nice, and a new heirloom ring, which, if you want to get it, it's there for you to get. So essentially there's going to be 3 zoned events, one in Dustweller Marsh, one in Searing Gorge, and one in Dragonblight. The ways that these will work is, for the very first week that it comes out, it will be 90 minutes, like every 90 minutes it will rotate between the 3 maps. From the next week after that, it'll be every 60 minutes, and then until launch date, it'll be every 30 minutes between the 3 maps. For each zone, you'll get a little quest line to do that you can do it, and then you'll get a bunch of rewards. And essentially, all you're doing is going around completing the quests and then killing the little monster or the boss at the end. The whole purpose of this is like old events, so you're fighting things like the Lich King, you're fighting bosses from different raids, things like that. So it's like significant bosses, for example. Then once the meta has gone over the meta event, you can then still farm stuff up with the these memories of remaining that you can do, and then you then kill the boss, and then afterwards you get your lingering memories. Lingering memories give you the residual memories currency that you'll be able to do. With that currency, you can then go ahead and buy your mounts and everything. Now, one of the things that I have noticed is that the mounts are super cheap. Like, according to this, they only cost 25 of this currency. Now, either you're only going to get a certain amount of this currency, or these mounts, as per a lot of pre-patch, the mounts are super easy to get. So just keep that in mind when you're going to go and purchase the mounts. So just a quick recap. This is kind of what you're going to do. And again, the gear is worth doing it. If your character is already geared, the gear is going to be absolutely useless to you. I guess it's just going to be transmog. But again, I think this stuff is going to be Warband bound, so you're going to be able to trade this across your characters. So it's going to be quite nice for you to be able to do so. The mounts do look a bit funky, in my opinion. So there is no screenshots or anything just yet. But I don't know. I feel like they could have done some different stuff. It's like a rainbow griffin and a rainbow wind rider for the horde side. But yeah, anyways, that's what's coming up. Then we have the War Within story questline, and it's literally called the War Within. Again, this is only going to pop up if on that character you have completed that prerequisite questline. If you haven't already done it, I strongly recommend you go and do it. There are a bunch of new quests, cutscenes as well, just kind of getting you into the vibe of the War Within. Now, don't worry if you haven't done the prerequisite for a character that you want to play. You can still do that in pre-patch, so there is still that saving grace if you haven't managed to do it. So that is what we are expecting. Now, there isn't any other content confirmed to come out between now and when the expansion drops, so you do have a lot of weeks to actually do this. I think you have like 4 weeks, give or take, depending whether you're getting early access or not. So you should be able to get all of this stuff done well within your time limit. But yeah, that is what we're expecting to receive. Hopefully there's not going to be any more glitches, any more downtime. But if you guys like the video, as always, make sure to smash the subscribe button. I will be trying to post as much content about the pre-patch when I can. Obviously it's going to be limited content that we can actually post, but maybe each of the meta events or something, so stay tuned for them. If there's any content you guys would like to see, make sure to leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll catch you all in the next one.